like and subscribe. Smash that subscribe button and like and subscribe to Take 5 Podcasters.
All right, what's up, YouTube? This is Take 5 Podcast. I'm Aaron Action.
I'm Dustin.
I'm Rosie. And tonight we have the one and only world superstar wrestling champion. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear my drum roll from over there. And merch superstar of many outlaw cowboy star, Die Hard, Tom McClane.
Thank you.
Right on. All right, today's topic is top 5 G bands. All right, Tom, what you got for number 5?
All right, so I had a really busy day, and I did not get to research this as much as I meant to put a lot more effort into this, and I apologize.
Had like a week. Are you in your bathroom? Are you sitting on your toilet?
Yes, I am. This is definitely not my desk behind me. So I didn't put together like a full on top 5 list, but I got some names. I mean, I'm a huge Guns N' Roses fan, so that would be my number 1.
You can't say that yet.
Start with 5.
I can't say that.
Yeah, we already knew that anyway, so start with 5.
All right, so number 5, does it have to be rock and roll?
No,
it can be any band. And now I know who you're gonna say because he's on my list too.
Okay, I'll go with Gene Simmons.
Oh, shut up. Well, he's on my list too, but that's not who I was gonna say.
I'm kidding. I'm joking. I was going to go with George Jones.
Yes, exactly. That's who I thought you were going to say.
All right.
We all had him.
Possum? Because there's not a lot of bands that start with G's. Like, I Googled it, and I'm like, Goo Goo Dolls, Green Day.
Shooter Jennings with George Jones.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he does. He's got a whole tribute album. But, like, there's, I don't know, what is there's not a lot of bands that start with G.
But see, I have a lot.
There's a ton.
Yeah, I have a lot.
Well, I'm also not musically inclined as the rest of you, I'm sure.
I have my George Jones.
All right.
All right, Justin.
I'm sorry.
What you have for number 5?
I got a band. They broke up about 10 years ago. They put out a couple records. And actually, one of the dudes that was in this band was the original bass player for Skeleton Witch, who are an Ohio band. But it's the band Gypsy Hawk. Y'all know who they were?
No, but their name is fucking sweet, so I want to.
Yeah. Very like Thin Lizzy meets like Ram Jam type music. But a lot of their lyrics were centered around Magic the Gathering.
Tom can probably tell you that when I was in my late teens, early 20s, I ran a store in the Dayton Mall that was a trading card game store. That it was first it was a comic store, but then Pokemon and Magic got big enough that we switched it, and we actually had a second store on the upper level of the Dayton Mall. But in both stores we had Magic the Gathering.
Well, these guys could have done an in-store there.
Well, we originally started them in store, but that we had Magic tournaments. At first, they were only on Sundays, and then we started having them several times a week. We also had a Rosie fan club where you could only be rang out and stuff by me, if you remember. But yeah, fucking cool.
Yeah,
That band sounds awesome.
Check them out. They were pretty rad. Yeah, Gypsy Hawk.
Gypsy Hawk.
They did a record on Metal Blade. They did two.
Of course, it was Metal Blade.
One of them was on Metal Blade. Yeah.
Why
Gypsy Hawk. It's real rock and roll shit though. So
right,
yeah, check them out.
What you got for number 5?
So for number 5, I'm gonna go. Let's see. We've gone country. We've gone. They were kind of metal, right? You said
rock and roll.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm gonna go with Gaslight Anthem.
Oh yeah, I forgot about them.
No, who could forget about the Gaslight Anthem?
I really only know the band name though.
Oh, they're so good.
I'm with them. Never heard one of their songs. I don't think.
Yeah,
I will throw my wine glass at you right now, Tom.
I mean, I know who you're talking about though.
Well, I know you do, Dustin, because you're fucking old like me.
I don't know shit about them.
I thought we weren't old.
Era.
All right. We're old again? All right.
All right, my number 5, I'm sure Rosie and Dustin, you guys probably have this. Gorilla Biscuits.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Wow.
I never really caught on to them till late in the game.
Yeah,
nope.
Me too, but still good shit, man.
Yeah, I don't hate it now. I never hated it, but yeah, I didn't have them on my phone, so.
Right on.
I don't think I've ever actually listened to them.
Oh,
to be honest.
So good. Well, you guys surprised me. I figured you both would have had it. You know who they are, Tom?
Not a clue. Inform me.
They're just a New York band, like punk rock band, like when they were early 80s, Dustin.
No, they were like later 80s.
Later.
Yeah. Straight edge stuff.
Yeah, it's funny because I actually got into Civ before.
Yeah.
So that's how late I was.
Yeah. Well, I guess, in my, you all know as much as I love New York hardcore, I guess, and this was me just being fucking stupid, as I remember they had, a couple songs with horns in it, so I was like, this is really not what I wanted from, the New York hardcore I wanted, but I did get hip to them finally,
Do you not like Murphy's Law?
I do, but
same thing.
Was, yeah.
They're almost ska,
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
All right, Tom, what you got for number 4?
So number 4, I'll go with the last song I heard before I parked and walked to my house was by George Thorogood, and that guy doesn't get enough credit because the Bad to the Bone stuff kind of overplayed and overhyped and whatever, but dude's got some decent stuff. You can disagree.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
nobody's disagreeing.
All right.
Well, I'll just rudely cut in and we'll get right to it. My number 4 was George Thorogood also.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's awesome. Sorry. But yeah.
Dude, I knew Dustin liked it.
Yeah, I love Thorogood. And like you said, there's so much more to him than what people know on the radio. But yeah, dude's super fucking underrated. Been at it for 45 years.
Right.
So yeah, man, Thorogood, 100%. Awesome pick.
All right, Rosie, we got for number 4.
Shit, God, I have so many G bands. This is really.
Do you have a G spot?
That's a myth.
Not that anybody's found yet.
All right, back to the G bands.
We'll go with we'll go with Guns Up.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah.
So I would say fuck the two out of three of you, I would bet probably at least had them on honorable mention. But
I did not because I don't know. I just didn't write them down.
Yeah.
But
well, then fuck all three of you.
yeah, well, no. Here I go with the scene point shit. I saw them. So I'll one up you.
You know, I'm pretty sure we probably saw them at the same time at the same place.
Oh, I saw them in Nashville.
That's my city.
See, I like that.
No, I saw them in Nashville. But they were always kind of considered, which I thought was awesome. It was like the kind of rip off of No Warning.
Right on.
Nobody's allowed to see anybody anywhere in Nashville. That's my place.
Right.
Okay.
Except for Tom. Tom can see people in Nashville.
I have a couple times.
Mm.
At my number 4, I'm sure none of y'all know this band. They're from, I think, Winter Park, Florida. Gray Before My Eyes.
No.
Like a melodic hardcore band from back in the 90s when I lived down there. Super fucking good, man.
Winter Park, Florida is not a very big city. Did you go to that dumb college down there?
I didn't even go to high school. How the fuck am I gonna go to college?
I'm just saying.
I lived in Castleberry. Like, so those are all like Castleberry, Winter Park, Winter Springs.
I'm pretty sure Under One Flag played Winter Park, Florida also. Is that
where because like half of my fucking household moved to Winter Park, Florida to go to that stupid fucking college.
I didn't go to school, but I
we
lived
went
there
down there to play a hardcore show, like college, and bring back a coconut.
I used to do a lot of shows down there when I lived there. All right. Anyway, Tom, what you got for number 3?
All right, so number 3, let's go with this might be on some of the rest of your list. And I just recently have been getting into like the history of music, so let's go with Generation X.
Nice.
Okay, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, good call.
Yeah, they were honorable mention.
Good job, Tom.
Yeah,
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Hey, Dustin, what you got for number 3?
Well, number 3, I got a class. Well, what I consider a classic '80s band, but they were doing it all through the '80s. They didn't really catch on to like '87, but I got Great White.
Yep.
Wait, Great White or Jack Russell? Which version?
The only one that matters, the one with Jack Russell.
Okay.
Yeah, 80s Great White.
Yeah. So yeah, classic
Just
Great
like
White.
That there will be an autobiography coming out. I don't know what's public and what's not, but there will be an autobiography coming out regarding that band soon. And I highly recommend it because I know the writer and they're taking much care in writing it.
That's awesome. Great band to document, in my opinion.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And with that particular singer. So
all right. Rosie, what you got for number 3?
For number 3, I am going to go with Aaron.
We're fighting.
We're not on a time limit anymore.
Yep.
Remember that.
Yeah. You're fired. Better not even say
You're
it.
fired. You wouldn't fire me.
What is it? Say number 3.
But I'm going to take my time now. The goddamn gallows.
Oh yeah.
A good pick
Yeah.
is not what I expected, but yeah, that's a good pick.
People love them.
Yep. All right. My number 3, Guar.
Had them on the mention. Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta have
The rest of my list easier.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta have Guar.
Yeah. You a Guar fan, Tom?
I went to the restaurant once.
What?
I think it's in West Virginia, or Virginia, I think. Yeah.
Virginia, yeah.
I forget where it was, but yeah. I mean, I'm familiar, but no, I can't say that I am. Like, I can't fake the funk. I've never really listened to them, so I'm not saying I'm not a fan. I've led a sheltered life.
I'm gonna punch you in the face next time I see you.
It happens.
Hey,
how I
he
know
does that
people
for a
like
living, Rosie.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
No, but not by me.
Correct.
It's
But those
different.
early Guar records and those old stage shows were so good.
Oh yeah, they were.
Gum Dogs of the Universe is life changing.
Good shit. A buddy of mine, shout out to Chris. He's the biggest Guar fan I've ever met. He was friends with him. He went to Otis's funeral. Like, Rosie, you met him at Wasp.
Did I?
Don't
Okay.
remember, yeah. But yeah, he's.
I was gonna say I don't remember much about Wasp.
Yeah, I trust me, I know you don't. All right, Tom. What you got for number 2?
Yeah, I'm going back to country, and I'm going to go with George Strait.
God damn it!
We got George Jones, George Thorogood, George Strait.
I'm all about the Georges.
George
This
Clinton's
is why I
next,
made my
George
list
Michael.
so big.
As well. That might be my number 2, man. Don't steal my thunder.
Sorry, man. Sorry. We could fight about it. But...
No, I was fucking hearing about
George Michael.
George Michael, yeah.
There's 3 people on this planet that I could have picked their fucking list, and they're the 3 that I'm on here with tonight. So that's why I made my list so big.
Yeah. All right, Dustin, what'd you have for number 2?
Well, it's not a George, but it is a Georgia Satellites.
There we go.
Damn.
Yeah, one of my all.
I
love them, man. Yeah, love the Satellites. So yeah,
first record was good.
Yeah, hell yeah. I like the second one too, and I just kind of got hip to the third one they did. But yeah, those first 2 records, yeah. And they just actually last year when in the summer or whatever, there was a live album that came out from like 88 or 89 that was recorded at the old Peabody's Down Under when it was in the flats.
Where's that at?
I hope somebody's going to have Grand Trunk Railroad on their list, because I meant to put that on the list, but I'm out of list.
Honorable mention.
Honorable mention, and
okay.
That's one of those bands that I won't say because it's my friend's band.
Okay.
All right, Rosie, what you got for number 2 then?
So for number 2, I'm gonna go with the Get Up Kids.
Forgot about them.
Yep.
Of course you did.
I have so many
You're
honorable mentions.
fucking cool for the Get Up Kids.
Right on. All right.
Nobody
Huh?
has shit to say about the Get Up Kids.
I don't.
That's your pick. What do you
not
say
my
about
thing. Yeah,
Nothing?
I just don't know. I mean, I know I'm not into them. I don't hate them, but it's not my thing. Yeah.
I'm familiar with the boys.
Yeah, I mean, I know who they are. Yeah, but I don't hate or say that. I don't know shit about them.
I'm disappointed in you all.
No.
Good.
They're not the first one to ever tell me that.
I drove from Dayton to Cleveland before I lived here. Drove to Dayton in a car the day after I bought it, so I had no idea if it would even fucking make it because it was like a 5-hour drive. and that car had 110,000 miles on it. So of course I didn't even know if it would make it to see the Get Up Kids at, I think it was a grog shop. Because that's where they were playing. I had fucking pneumonia, but I had tickets and I didn't want to miss a show. So I sat on the side of the stage and they were so nice. And they let me just sit there. I leaned up against the booth like this.
Just like that.
The whole show.
That's usually how you are at the shows anyway.
Shut up. It was back before I drank or anything. I had pneumonia. I was so sick. And it was I want to say it was a Get Up Kids in maybe the Promise Ring, but I could be wrong because that might have been a Newfound Glory show with the Promise Ring. But I was so fucking sick. And I'd only bought that car the day before, so I didn't know if it'd make it. But I didn't care. I just drove it. So the Get Up Kids.
It's funny you mentioned Promise Ring. I think Grave From Eyes, I think they played with them down in Florida.
Huh.
Right. My number 2, if whoever knows me knows how much I love this band. What is it, Rosie? Good Charlotte.
I assumed that was gonna be your number 1.
No. When you get to my number 1, you'll understand that one, right? All right, Tom, what you got for number 1?
Well, I'm gonna have to go with Axl Rose and the Boys, Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
And it's more of probably obsession isn't like a strong enough word, but yeah, like I'm into them.
Tom is to Guns N' Roses as to Rosie is to Kiss.
Wow. That's
maybe not that far, but maybe. Like I mean, I've seen them in probably like 10 different states.
nice.
Well,
countless different times.
So
yeah.
What was the earliest you've seen them?
What
Was the earliest tour you've seen them on?
Unfortunately, because my parents were assholes and I was 11, they wouldn't let me see them at Use Your Illusion. And fuck them. I will never forgive them for that. Because they came to Dayton. But I was 11 and they were Guns N' Roses and I didn't get to see them. And I'll never forgive my parents for that. But the first time I saw them was actually in 2002 with like when Axl had the cornrows and they had Buckethead and like just the
hey, Buckethead.
Buckethead was the lead guitar,
Yeah.
and then Robin Fink from 9 Inch Nails was in it. Like it was just a weird, more like an industrial metal type band, and it was
Well, I'm glad
amazing. What?
I said it sounds like I'm glad I missed that.
It was good. It was
Buckethead.
Yes, Buckethead. Yeah, Buckethead and Robin Fink. Yes, it was amazing.
You got the KFC hat on.
Yeah, like
face mask.
And Axl was shaving his eyebrows and had cornrows. It was an insane time.
No, I think I'm glad I
Guns and Biscuits.
That then.
Yes.
Hey, I saw them on Use Your Illusion before. That was the first time I seen them. But
I did too, 91.
Yeah, I was supposed to see
fuck
him.
off you.
I was supposed to see him.
Izzy was still in the band when I saw him too.
Oh, fuck off! I named my daughter after him. Fuck you guys. He's the only one of the members I haven't actually met or seen.
Yeah, he was.
I haven't
still
met most of them, but
I saw him.
Oh my god, I never put that together.
There's a whole long story about sneaking in
And you always call her Izzy too.
We're gonna name her Isabel. Cool, let's go with that. And then after it stuck, I'm like, it's because the guy that like OD'd in the Geffen Records bathroom when they were signing the contract. That's who our daughter's named after.
I've never heard you call her Isabel. She's always just been Izzy.
Yeah, that's the whole deal. Yeah.
Well, Izzy's name is Jeff Isabel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I've had pizza in the place where him and Axel used to hang out in their youth several times.
Literally never put that together.
It's a real thing that I did. I don't know if I'm proud or whatever. Whatever. She's a disappointment.
Shut up. She's amazing. I want to go roller coaster ride with her so bad. So
she's much cooler than me.
I was supposed to have seen Guns N' Roses in '88 open for Maiden.
Okay.
And the day of the show, they canceled and Megadeth played instead.
Yeah, I think Guns N' Roses only.
People wonders why I hate Megadeth so much.
Yeah, they end up shit you didn't want to see.
You are not allowed to hate Megadeth.
The hell I hate. You don't.
There's an interview out there where Axel is talking about Iron Maiden, and like it's like well before Guns N' Roses is who they are, and he's just like it's probably when they were opening up for him, and he's like, I hope we never are who they are now. Like I hope that we always advance musically, and like he just was just shitting on Iron Maiden, which is a real bold move in your 20s when you just got a record deal.
Yeah, no shit. Because I literally, even to this day,
I literally spent half my Friday trying to get a Megadeth hoodie from somebody, and I wish I would. So you can't hate Megadeth. But right now, I hate Megadeth, but that's how much I love Megadeth.
Right on. All right, Dustin. Was that your number one also?
It was obviously my number one also, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Tom doesn't know this, but Appetite for Destruction is all-time tie for my number one favorite record. That and Master of Puppets are my two all-time favorite records. You cannot fuck with Appetite for Destruction.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, I'll go the rest of my life never hearing Sweet Child of Mine again. Because I could go out right now and it's probably on Sirius XM. But you cannot fuck with that record. The whole record, front to fucking Rocket Queen, all the way through.
Rocket Queen is probably one of the best songs on there. That's the last fucking song.
I agree. It is.
Wait, I was getting ready to bring up Rocket Queen right here, but I
remember Appetite came out.
Now.
It was like there was nothing like it. You mean at that time?
Nothing.
I was into that kind of music, but when I first heard, I remember hearing Paradise City on Z-Rock. Then I heard Welcome to the Jungle. Those songs were all right. But when I first heard the album and what's the second song? Is it It's So Easy?
It's So Easy.
Yeah, It's So Easy.
It's So Easy came on. I was like,
whole nother breed.
Yeah, there's nothing else like this.
What about My Michelle?
My Michelle.
That was like
out to get
me. I've seen Sebastian Bach and Axel perform that twice live, and it's amazing.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorite songs off that record.
Did you see him on this last tour?
Together?
I've seen every incarnation of it, and the last time that I saw Guns N' Roses was shit. I was trying to make myself sound cool and say it was the last time when Shooter opened for him, and I was hanging out backstage. But no, that wasn't the last time. But I've seen them multiple times in multiple states since 2002. Anytime that they've toured, I've seen them multiple times. And I've seen them in Texas, I've seen them in Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, Florida, probably more, but I don't have a list.
For this.
Yeah, I seen them last year on the last tour they did with Wolfgang Van Halen.
Yeah, I saw that twice. I saw them in Indiana. So like here's the thing. Bringing Izzy back into this. I went and saw them in Indianapolis, which isn't far from Dayton, but like it was like the middle of the week. I had nobody else to go with, and I'm like, Izzy, guess what? You're coming to a concert with me because I don't know. And then like I did end up meeting up with a friend in Indianapolis, and like we got like pit tickets day of for like super cheap, and so my daughter was 14 at the time, maybe. Yeah, it was last year, right? So she was 14 at the time, and we're in. Yeah, and she's like she's pretty rad. We're in the pit at a Guns N' Roses concert, like in Wolfgang Van Halen's open. It's in Indianapolis. It's in a stadium. We got good cell phone signals. Like we're in the pit, so like to go up to the bathroom is just a couple steps in a bathroom and like the concession area and all this stuff. And like Isabel does not care about any of this, but like she just kind of came to. She kind of enjoys hanging out with me, but she won't admit it. So like, and this is like one of my like best dad moments and worst dad moments all together because like I'm bringing my daughter. She's meeting one of my old friends from high school, and we're literally right up front at one of the biggest.
What the fuck? She doesn't think I'm cool.
Right, we're right up front on the stage at one of the biggest touring rock and roll band concerts of all time. And so like she's kind of bored with Wolfgang and she wants to go to the bathroom. I'm like, cool, let's go, and I'll take her. And then like Guns N' Roses starts and she's like, I want to go to the bathroom. And I knew that she just wanted to leave. She wasn't into it. I wasn't into it. And I'm like, I'm reading the room. We're in a stadium. There's a whole lot of people there, but like our cell phones work. She has a cell phone. I have a cell phone. She knows exactly where the bathroom is. And I was like, should I do it? Should I do it? I'm standing like 4 feet away from Slash playing, his solo. I don't want to leave. Do I let my daughter go to the bathroom on her own? I was like, fuck, go ahead. Just do it. But like I was like so paranoid and like my phone was in my hand, just like waiting for her to like text or whatever. And I'm just whatever.
She's fine.
And,
oh my God.
And then she goes up the steps to the bathroom and like I see her coming back down. And I'm at the pit. Like I grew up on Guns N' Roses when they were the world's most dangerous band, but like, this was.
They might as well be on the block right now.
Exactly. So she comes down. She comes down the steps, and everybody in the pit remembered her, recognized her, and pointed her in my direction. And I was like, "This is a whole different Guns N' Roses." And that was a shitty dad moment, but I'm glad I did it because it was a fun moment.
Yeah, people's not getting stabbed over beer at Guns N' Roses
right,
like 30 years ago. Because that happened here in Columbus.
When I took Elsie to go see Lita Ford the other day, she was the only child. She was the only fucking child there. And everybody's like, oh, a kid! Oh my gosh, a kid! And people want to take her picture and shit. And I'm like, yeah, she's a kid in like a fucking denim. You're wearing a fucking denim cutoff vest, but she was wearing a fucking denim cutoff vest, and people wanted to take her fucking picture. And I'm like, yeah, it's a fucking girl, like rock star. And people were so shocked that there was a fucking kid at a rock show.
Right, Tom, go ahead and finish what you were saying.
Oh yeah. One of my other favorite. This really has nothing to do with like rock and roll or Guns N' Roses whatsoever. But like one of the other things is like I met one of my other favorite stories to tell is like I met my buddy Jason that lives in Indiana now up there, and we get down to the pit and he's like, hey, let's buy some beer. There's guys like, walking around selling beer, and I'm like, I don't drink beer. I'm not really into it. He's like, I'm gonna buy us some beers. I was like, okay. And so like this guy comes over with this tray full of beers, and he's like, you guys want some beer? And Jason's like, yeah, give us two and give us a water for Isabel. And um, I looked at the guy and I was like, hey, are you going to be here all night? And he's like, yeah, absolutely, I am. I'm going to be here all night. And I'm like, all right, because like I'll drink this beer. I don't like beer. It's not my thing. I've never liked it. I like the stronger stuff. Beer, I can't stomach. But I'll drink this one with my buddy and it's cool. But like I'm gonna need water or pop later. You're gonna be here, right? And he's like, absolutely. And I was like, all right. So I also like I know how tips work and whatever. So I'm like, all right, here's a 10. And I was like, wait a second. Here's $40. You're my dude for the rest of the night, right? And he's like, yes, I will be. If I'm not here, I'll be right there. I'm like, cool. That's awesome. You're my dude. Like, we're good for the rest of the night because, like, I don't want to have to go to another guy and tip that guy because I'm tipping you for the whole night right now. And he's like, yeah, absolutely. And that's the last time I saw that motherfucker. Like, the last time.
That's fucked up.
Anyway, that was a fun side note.
So how did Guns N' Roses sound that night?
Pop.
Honestly, like I think like this latest tour, like Axl has kind of sounded his best on the last leg of the tour because like back like in 2002, it was Axl and others. So Axl could do whatever he wanted, and how he sounded didn't matter because it was Axl. But like right now, it's Axl, Slash, and Duff, and they're bringing it. Like Duff is low key, just like the coolest dude in the room, not even trying, just whatever, just strumming out of bass, singing the solo he needs to, and just he demands the room. You really have to fight for attention from him because he's like, got the blonde locks and he's pretty and he's cut and all this. And the Slash is just he's Slash, like so like all three of these guys are kind of like fighting for attention. And so Axl like is clearly putting way more effort into this tour and since they've gotten back together. And I've also noticed like, and I'll compare it to wrestling. It's like I notice how he's completely changed the flow of his set list because so for me when I'm wrestling, I don't get tired when I'm doing moves. I get tired in between the moves when I'm yelling and talking and interacting and selling and it's the breathing, but like the moves are the easy part. It's the in between parts that are hard. And like so like I've noticed how like Axl has kind of like tailored his set list where like he starts off strong, goes real strong, and then like he takes a break. He does the easier songs that are like in a lower register and all this stuff. And like he's hitting all of his like I mean I don't know the technical whatevers, but like they've definitely gotten together. All three of them are competing to be the stars, which means all three of them are on their at their peak. And Axl is definitely hitting all the notes better and constructing the set list way better than he used to.
Yeah, when I seen them when they first came out, and like, don't they open with "Welcome to the Jungle"? Or no, it's so easy. One of them.
No, they started with "Welcome to the Jungle." Now they're doing "It's So Easy" because it's kind of an easier song to get into.
Well, because I remember when they first came on, I'm like, oh man, they don't sound very good. But after he got his voice going and he sounded so good, man. They played like 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah, they play way too long.
Yeah, I mean, some of their songs are 10 minutes long. I mean, they did Estranged and November Rain. That's what 20 minutes right there. Just for two songs.
So the show I went to in Columbus, I went with one of the guys that run the party bus with me, and he just went because he kind of liked them but didn't know anything, and he was not prepared for a 3-hour show. And it was one of those shows where like they did Estranged and then they did November Rain. Then out of nowhere, they also added Coma, and right there's over 30 minutes worth of music, and with the extended solos, it's probably closer to 40 minutes.
But yeah, I thought after his voice got loosened up, man, yeah, he was
right.
Good. All right, well let's get back to the show. Rosie, what you got for number one?
I'm gonna go with I have a couple of number ones, but I'm gonna go with Green Jello.
Awesome.
Yeah, I had. Yeah.
I mean, I know you guys knew they'd be on my list, but
I had them too. But I knew you'd have them. Yeah, friend of the
honorable
show.
mention for sure. Yeah.
Fuck, those guys just put on. I know we've had them as guests, so I'm trying not to be biased. But God, those guys put on the best live show I've ever seen in my life. And honestly, I've been fans of them since I was in 6th or 7th grade when I got my first Green Jello shirt. You know, serial killer shirt.
Oh, Dustin Johnin.
Shut up, Dustin! I'm gonna punch you.
Hey, it's after my bedtime. I got my Jello, and that's my bedtime.
All right, Rosie, give us a few honorable mentions.
Wait, can I say
your number ones yet? You do your number one first.
Wait, can I say something about this?
Yeah, go ahead.
And like, you guys will probably be able to verify this because like I just heard this secondhand. They did a show at the Rockstar Pro Wrestling Arena, and I wasn't there because I never go there unless I was wrestling.
100,000 members, so it's not surprising. But go ahead.
Right. So like, apparently part of their stage props are little pig houses.
Yeah.
Okay, and like this is all secondhand. Like you could completely debunk this, and I would believe you. But like I've heard this. So when this like the night of their show there, that night or that day in Xenia, Ohio, a tractor trailer full of pigs had wrecked, and a bunch of pigs had gotten loose in Xenia, Ohio. And from what I understand, is Green Jello is in Dayton, Ohio that night. They do their show, and they go and they drop off their houses that are stage props in Xenia, Ohio. That's the story I heard. Because there was a whole lot of unaccounted for pigs, and like I hope that's true. I really hope it's true. If it's not, I don't really want to know, but like it would be cool if it was.
To be honest,
check that, Rosie. Fact check it.
To be honest, that sounds like something that would happen, but I will fact check it. I'll fact check it in 5 minutes. And now, Aaron, you're number one before we do honorable mention.
My number one, fucking Gigi Allen.
Yep, I knew you would have it.
I knew it.
Yeah, that was too easy.
All right. Gigi.
That's why I didn't say it.
All right, Tom, you got some honorable mentions?
I really don't. So pass.
All right, Dustin, what you got?
I got a few. None of us said the Go-Go's.
Oh shit!
Really?
I got Gary Moore, the guitar player. Gary Moore played in Thin Lizzy for a minute, did his own stuff. Girl with Phil Lewis and
Phil Collin.
Phil Collin, right? Went on to Def Leppard. Girl School.
Yep.
Ooh.
The female version of Motorhead. Awesome Boston band. Was punk for a while. Did their little run as a crossover band in the late '80s. Gangrene. Loved the late '80s Green.
Oh, okay, great. Yes.
And I had Guar.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah, great job.
Genesis, not my thing, but Genesis.
Yeah.
And local Columbus legends, the gods.
Is that all
That's
you
what I
got?
got.
All right, Rosie, what you got?
All right. So for my honorable mentions, I have, and I'm proud. I might be along with a couple of these. So I have the Gluttons.
Okay, yeah. You just saw them.
I did. I
Yeah.
did. And I have to say, I have a lot of love for the Gluttons, and I really wanted to put them on my top 5, but I wanted to give them extra love, so I thought I'd put them on my honorable mentions so I could talk about them. So for people who are actually watching, and made it this far, the Gluttons are mostly comprised of members of Ringworm, but a few other people, different vocalists. James is not the vocalist. I saw them Friday and they were so good. And honestly, Friday was one of the best nights of my life. And they were so good. They just put out a new EP. That was their EP release party. So I would encourage anyone that is watching to please support the Gluttons. I have also been working with Ace Frehley's management to have the Gluttons be Ace's opening band. So, and they love them. So they're not just like I don't know. They love them, and so the venue here, the Youngstown Playhouse or whatever it is, they said that they were too metal. They're too metal to have them be their opener. So I think that's a good sign. And then Guillotine. Guillotine is a Nashville amazing band. The singer, his stepdad is Bon Jovi's guitar player's stepson, I think, but that doesn't matter. It's my friend Jake Johnson.
Right,
it's just
not Jake from State Farm.
Shut up. I didn't even know that his stepdad was in Bon Jovi's band until recently, and I've been friends with him for like 5 years. So,
all right, what else you got?
And then, I mean, Gene Simmons solo, George Jones. I mean, you guys have said everybody else. So,
all right.
Oh shit!
All right, I got a few.
Hell yeah!
Can't believe nobody said Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
Tom kind of mentioned.
Gorgo Bordello. Shit. Nobody said Gorgo Bordello.
All right, you had your turn.
Shut up.
Hey, Tom kind of mentioned this band earlier, but you can't have Jesus Not Green Day. I don't give a fuck what nobody says.
Man,
Right.
It's all good.
Good.
Eighth grade me. Sorry.
I have a rap metal band from Canada called Gutshot.
Shelton would punch me.
A funk rap metal band from Lexington, Kentucky, Groovezilla.
Heard of them?
Groovezilla?
Groovezilla.
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 Oh, Groovezilla. Bruisezilla sounds better.
A band from Jersey called Godspeed.
Yeah, I remember them.
They had one. I should have had them on the one album bands, but I forgot.
Yeah, I was gonna say they.
Yeah.
I remember they played at the Newport in like '94, maybe. I went to because
Yeah,
it was
that's
free.
why I went. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just say thank you to everyone that didn't say Godsmack?
Oh no.
Wait, no, I was getting ready to say the exact same thing. You can't say that. I was literally just waiting for I was about to show my Godsmack belly button tattoo.
Thank you all.
This band is kind of trendy right
Voodoo.
now, but they're fun live. Ghost.
The Ghost is fine. That's fine. My Alistair loves Ghost.
All right, Rose, you had your turn.
Shut up. I'm talking for Alistair now.
Another Columbus band, Gaunt.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's what I thought you were going to say.
I remember them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like 2 or 3 women in it?
No.
Okay.
The singer used to work at Used Kids. He was ran over by a car back in the late 90s, early 2000s or something.
Okay.
It's funny. I seen them. They came down to Florida, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, I knew who they were. GBH.
Yeah.
UK.
Yeah. Discharge GBH.
Here's one. I just discovered Solo recently, who he's a friend of the show. He put out a song with a special meaning. Gary Sunshine.
Oh yeah.
This year,
that would be your number one.
This year, trying to do research on this band, there isn't much info at all, other than the fact they're from Coney Island. I seen this record at Magnolia's back in the day. It kind of caught my eye. The music is kind of hard to categorize, but it sounds like something you hear in like Dr. Demento or something. Gregory's Funhouse.
That's no clue. That's wild.
Yeah, you will not find anything on them. They have nothing on YouTube. There's nothing on Wikipedia. There's just some random CD that I bought. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. All right. Anything else? Rosie, you got anything else?
Nope, I'm done.
All right. Tom, you got anything you want to plug?
Nobody has anything to say about the Goo Goo Dolls?
Hey, they were good at one time.
Yeah,
before they got poppy.
They were, yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody our age can't say that they didn't listen to a few of their songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen,
I literally can't name off the top of my head right now, but
they were
that's the only name.
Buffalo.
Right. I don't have anything else. I don't think.
You want to plug your wrestling or your
party
bus?
Oh, the Red Deck Party Bus out of Dayton, Cincinnati area. It's I think it's on Facebook as Jimmy's Red Deck Party Bus. It was started by Jimmy Wang Yang, that was in the WWE, and it was ran by him up until maybe not even 2 years ago. Like, it's been fairly recent when he sold and moved back to Georgia, and so we're running it now in his honor. But yeah, we're a party bus in Southern Ohio. Been around, I think, 9 years now.
And Tom posts awesome pictures. So if you do rent it, you'll get really fun pictures posted online.
That sounds cool, really.
Oh, yeah.
It actually does look really cool. And if I were to do anything in Southern Ohio, where I was from, I promise I would hire Tom's Redneck Party Bus.
And go to Jungle Gems in it?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I'd go to Gems. I would at least hire the fucking party bus to do it. Right on. If I ever went home. But I hate home.
I do too, and I'm here.
Anything else, Tom, or is that it?
I mean, whatever. I mean, no, not really. I don't care. If you know me, you know me. If you don't, you don't.
Well, thanks for coming on,
I just
man.
like what I'm doing. Yeah, it's fun. Thank you for having me.
All right on. 5 and out. So you are a wrestler, huh?
I am. I do. Yes.
I fucking
That's,
love wrestling.
yeah.
I got an old Mr. Wrestling 2 mask right here.
Dude, Tim Woods.
Yeah, I love wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, and Tim Woods was like he had like two just because of the mask, he had two totally different careers.
Yeah.
Like eventually he became an old guy, put on a mask, and had a whole second career.
Oh hell yeah. And he wrestled till he was pretty fucking old too.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I'm old, but he was way older.
Oh yeah.
All right.
So who's your favorite? Who's your favorite wrestler?
I don't really have. I don't know. I go back to like the Rock and Roll Express and Midnight Express. Like those are my guys.
Yeah.
Like it's the '80s tag team stuff for sure. Like
yeah. We did a top 5 favorite wrestlers, and we're wanting to do a top 5 most hated wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
But most of my list is old school, but my favorite of all time is Jericho. No matter what Jericho does, is good, man.
He consistently is like a dude that like I hate and I love. Like he's always like the best at what he's doing, and then he just gets a little too good at it, and I get tired of him. And then he reinvents himself and does something different. I'm like, oh, he's so good. And then he always just goes a little too far. I'm like, I can't stand this guy. But yeah.
But like, no matter what he does, it works, and that's very rare. Most wrestlers, like, they'll try to do something different and it usually bombs. Like, everything he does is good.
For sure. And like, he's early 50s.
Yeah.
And still pretty good.
Yeah. It looks like he's getting towards the end of his career though, because he's doing a lot of jobs now. He's.
I mean, I guess he would need to completely reinvent himself, because the days of him doing line salts are numbered.
Yeah.
But if he completely reinvented himself, like he could probably do something different, but he'd have to change his style totally.
Well, it's crazy because a year ago he was in like barbed wire matches and stuff, like wrestling like Nick Gage and shit, like that's pretty crazy.
Hi.
What's up, Rosie?
Hi. I hope Dusty didn't fall asleep yet.
No, not yet.
But
that's all right. We were talking about wrestling, of course.
I wanted to be on the wrestling. Oh, sorry. You guys could see my hand.
We started talking about Jericho and stuff. Like you can talk about wrestling. Rosie, I'll talk about wrestling all day.
Oh, I know you will.
So what promotion are you in right now?
I'm basically only doing like a small place in Dayton called XVW. I got a party bus thing that I do on the weekends, so I can't really do stuff on the weekends, and I'm kind of too old to be doing shots on the weekends anyway.
You are not old, Tom, because if you're old, that makes me old.
Well, I mean,
you're older than me.
Right.
Or not even a year. Yeah,
well, I'm too old for the spandex and the jumping, throwing myself at the ground and all that.
Right. I take naps all day, and you're like jumping off of fucking rings and shit. So.
Right.
Yeah, I was watching some stuff, man. It's good shit. I fucking love it, man.
Right.
You're incredible. I don't want to hear you being old compared to the shit that I do.
Look at Flair, man. He's 70 and still bleeds. How many retirement matches has he had?
He had that retirement match, and then 2 weeks later, he did something in Puerto Rico, and then like 2 weeks after that, he's like, "I'm never going to retire." And
Yeah.
did you watch that retirement match?
The one with Jarrett and Jay Lethal. Yeah.
Yeah, that was both sad and like I'm also really glad that he got to have it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad that he got to go out and do it one more time, but I hope he never does it again.
Yeah. And like I said, as old as he is, he still bleeds like he's 20 again. You know what I mean? Like it's insane.
Yeah.
Are you a face or a heel?
Heel is fuck.
It's one of those weird things, like, because I kindly only wrestle in Dayton, and I've been around here so long that like nothing I do really, like, they don't boo me. So like I'm a face, but I'm definitely not the traditional baby face that you would think of.
Okay.
Well, he's a heel.
Well, because
Very much a heel.
On your
He's
intro,
a heel.
If you're a heel, I was gonna put some booze behind it.
No, it's weird. Like if I'm definitely a hill, but like I can't. Nobody will. They love me in Dayton, in my little small circle. Like nobody will boo me, so I just leaned into it.
I've always been pro heels though. Like
same.
Who do you think is the best heel in the business right now?
Well, it's got to be MJF, like without a doubt.
Yeah, he's the best heel in probably the last 30 years or something. He's so good.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, like all time, I think probably Rick Rude would probably be my top favorite heel.